This is an exciting time at Rasmussen College. We have an opportunity to utilize an award-winning approach in program and course development to create unique hybrid learning experiences for our students. Throughout new program development and program redesigns, a great responsibility comes with outlining the program outcomes, course objectives and activities along with the delivery method of those courses. Delivery method is what I want to talk with you about today. And our goal is to truly think about a customized learning experience based on the outcomes we want students to achieve and where they can best achieve those. The research tells us that interaction is definitely a key to learning anything. We need to focus on the interaction components as programs are developed and courses are designed, specifically with the live interaction that occurs in our hybrid courses, like Online Plus courses. So a theory known as the equivalency of interaction tells us that no one type of interaction dominates in student learning more than any other. So looking at those three types of interaction on the screen, this is why we need to offer a variety of learning opportunities for our students. Anderson is the one who came up with these three pillars within this equivalency of interaction, and those pillars are student to faculty interaction, student to student interaction, and student to content interaction. Deep, meaningful formal learning is supported as long as one of those three forms of interactions is at a high level. So we need to be thinking about that. But we also know that all students have different needs, which speaks to the necessity for a variety in our delivery models. With this research in mind, we're taking a new approach to how we look at program and course delivery, making thoughtful decisions around instructional design elements and the tools provided to faculty to assist in their teaching of the course. So, using a hybrid framework, we have a goal to create a purposeful alignment of the learning experience, really examining those desired student outcomes, what do we want the student to be able to do, and drive our decision-making process surrounding the optimal learning environment for where those outcomes can be achieved. Specific types of outcomes, which I'll mention in a little bit, lend themselves to real-time interaction. We'll examine those, select courses based on those desired outcomes, and those are our curriculum standards. So, through instructional design standards then, in that course design and course development process, we can create consistency in the curriculum by identifying what types of activities work best for online instruction, what works best for synchronous or live instruction, and then shaping those course lessons within the course itself to truly reflect the most appropriate learning environment. Being thoughtful about that approach to student learning is essential, and it also really lets the creativity shine. You have a lot of opportunity here. We also must put faculty needs into this mix to empower them with this information that we know to make good decisions around course delivery techniques, as that is their responsibility. We need to provide them with the tools they need to be successful at course delivery. So my goals with you today are to look at these outcomes, assess where they might be within the curriculum, and give you some examples of those outcomes where we can better achieve within a hybrid course delivery model, such as Online Plus. So looking at the types of outcomes you're trying to achieve as a result of a given course. Consider its placement within the curriculum. Review the objectives, the types of future experiences students will have in the workplace. Do those types of outcomes that we want them to have lend themselves to live interaction? Take a look on the screen at what I'm talking about. Should we have a live classroom component? Yes, if something on the screen in that desired outcomes column, either establishing peer-to-peer connections, real-world human interaction, problem-solving activities, hands-on experience, keeping current with field-related trends. You might say these are in any course. I would happen to agree with that statement. Just to give you some examples, though, to really be purposeful about the types of opportunities you're providing to students. In the School of Design, we chose three different courses to begin with: Design Foundations at the beginning, Interactive Media in the middle, Portfolio Development at the end. Very different uses for synchronous sessions: community building and sharing in the beginning, new software introductions throughout the middle, and then development of the student beyond the classroom in that last course. But all of these carry themes of the live instructional component. So, are there particular courses that you can think of right now where the outcomes are on the page fit here? With the move toward competency-based curriculum, we need to address the demonstration of a skill. What kind of delivery will there be to demonstrate that student's competency? Will a live environment be appropriate? So again, the goal is to determine what are the expectations of the program related to live classroom experiences. You have the ability to be truly creative. Let's get those ideas down on paper. So when you begin to consider the design elements in a course, we want to create some consistency. Clear objectives, specific instructional techniques can be used. So the list above is something that will happen within the instructional designer subject matter expert team. So not the goal at the initial start, but once they start digging into, these are some examples of course activities that are best achieved in live real-time environments versus those online asynchronous. We really need to look at what's the purpose or the objective of the synchronous learning activity, what types of assessments will we have for students. They must have a role in the synchronous session. How will the lesson really be created? Again, examples. This detailed work level doesn't happen until the course development takes place, but you can get some themes down on paper now. Let's talk about modality integration. So with the course activities, we were looking at modality distinction, where particular outcomes should occur. Further in the design process, it will get into modality integration, where what should happen when. So I have an example here to show you of how a lesson was really shaped with some pre-synchronous activities, some synchronous activities in a live lab, and then asynchronous elements also within the lesson. This is the storage management course where they have really flipped the online course. This is exactly what the lesson looks like in Module 4, where the student's going to download a lab guide, watch a video demonstrating what's going to happen in the lab, then make their initial post in the discussion forum as it relates to the lab activity. Finally, they will attend the LiveLab session. There are some activities that take place within that LiveLab session related to the discussion forum. The instructor is able to also bring in those initial posts, go through that week about network server installation. Then the students will make a Dropbox submission where they submit a lab report. And then finally, they will return to the discussion forum to make their second posts. See how there are truly integrated components here where we have something for the student to do before the synchronous session to prepare for it, things for them to do afterwards to follow up. Our goals with the live interaction in a residential course or a synchronous session in online are to increase student engagement with faculty, build a learning community with their classmates across the system, and improve their understanding of the course material and assignments within that course through that interactive learning session. So going back to the research, along with our own experiences and data, we've really found that the more interaction a student has with the course through the participation in the live sessions, the better they perform in the course, which ultimately leads to more successful achievement of the outcomes that we're wanting them to have at the end of their program. Particularly with online courses, today's workforce needs to be more familiar with technology, so attending these virtual sessions is preparing them for that future career to contribute to that digital community. Let's take a quick peek at a few screenshots of the virtual classroom environment, and then you'll gain a better idea of what's possible within this model, and we'll finish up. This is an example of an icebreaker to really build community with the class. Demonstration of how to use software. Keeping current with field-related trends, all while chat conversation also takes place. Interacting with the students to assess their learning on the spot. You can poll students, asking them questions. They can chat back with you. You can see who's answering what. Sharing new ideas, providing first-time examples, and creating connections, making learning truly fun. Being able to see people on the other end makes this a truly unique and fun learning experience. Really differentiates us here at Rasmussen. Again, this is an exciting time at Rasmussen College. You have an opportunity to truly create a unique program experience for our students. Have fun, be creative. I'm looking forward to working with you.